A wonderful good afternoon. I'm super excited to be here. My name is Ines Kaps, and I'm a project management expert, turnaround expert for global projects. And I currently have a project management mentorship for global project managers. So this was now a lot of project management in one sentence or two sentences. And I have an amazing guest today, Tomi. We met a couple of weeks ago, actually, because we're in a alumni group of a really brilliant program for negotiation for women. And yeah, we clicked, and I think Tomi has a absolute sensational career. Very, very interesting, very intriguing. And Tomi, yeah, I'm super excited that you're here and that you're taking the time today.
Awesome. Just to introduce myself, hi guys,
Yeah.
my name is Tommy. I'm a chartered accountant. I'm also an AI engineer. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah. What did you love, or why did you choose finance? What do you love about it, and what made you switch from finance to now data analyst or data expert in AI?
If I'm being honest, when it comes to finance, I'm like, people have to eat. So let's make sure that everyone's able to do that efficiently and effectively. And after the financial crisis of 2008, it made me wonder, okay, one, who was responsible for this? And two, how can we make sure that it doesn't happen again?
Mm-hmm.
And the answer to that was data for me at the time. So I kept going on, okay, let's go and become a chartered accountant. I decided on SEMA because I thought, okay, this is more strategic. So I can take that data and turn it into something like impactful decision making. And then throughout my career, I realized that we have a lot of data, got a lot of data, but how do we make this into impactful information? Which is why I wanted to automate as much as possible to make sure that things were visible to people. But I also wanted to make sure that the data actually got into the right hands in a way that was easily consumable. And you actually know what to do with it, because I can be a fantastic transactional accountant and have all the data in the world, but if I don't make that into information that you can understand and you can action, then it doesn't go anywhere. So in my head, I was just like, okay, let's go into data analytics. Data analytics looks at the past and it looks at now. Again, not everyone will look at that information. Then I was like, okay, let's go into data science. And I was like, okay, that will help us to predict the future so that you will then make sure that you actually have a full picture, which is why I decided to go more into data science and then got into AI engineering because I'm a nerd. Yeah.
Okay, you're a nerd. Fair point. For me, what is data science? Because I mean, my background, I've implemented a lot of budgeting, integrated financial management software tools, budgeting, and let's say corporate reporting. Also with a lot of data, but I understand data management. But what is data science?
So this was a question that had me going around in circles as well. I actually spoke with someone who did a PhD in data science to actually fully understand what it was. So there tends to be a mix up between data analytics, which is what patterns were in the past, how does that feed into now, and data science, which takes the past, the present, and then predicts the future. So it's basically just mathematics. And then when you take that a step further, you get things like large language models, you get ChatGPT and things like that, which are just predicting the next word. So if you give it boy, it'll give you man. If you give it girl, it'll give you woman.
So basically, can I sum it up that data science is, let's say, the basics of what we now consider generative AI? Could we take this in that direction?
Yeah, in simple terms, that you can actually say that because it feeds into it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And I mean, when I was talking to you, you were super passionate about AI and everything that you can do also in your industry. What is it that you're really passionate about AI in the financial industry, and what do you do on a daily basis? What do you do in your role?
Okay, so so all right, I'm an accountant by trade. So I've done the operational side of things where you have to actually put like bookkeeping, taking a transaction, is this the right place it should go, and all the like of it, and then reconciling that transaction in the banks. This, for me, yes. I was just like, there must be a way to automate this. There must be a way to make this faster. There must be a way that it can actually, you can take those patterns and make it something that you don't have to spend a year learning as part of your accounting course, so that you can actually go and do other things that are also more considered more impactful in the business. So I'm a chartered accountant. I'm currently using the product from where I work to actually do our bookkeeping and things like that. And it speeds things up. It makes you more efficient. It also can teach you if you are still on the journey to becoming a fully fledged accountant, because it can take information and be like, okay, you might want to do this. This is why I suggest that you do that. It can give you suggestions of the right thing to do based off of the data it's been given from IFRS, IASs, and things like that.
So a super cool tool for accountants to understand their work, are getting let's say getting more efficient, so that they can then use their time on more strategic thinking and more strategic advice to their clients.
Yes,
that's cool. That's cool. And is this something that you have done now for a couple of years, or is this relatively recent in the financial industry?
So I've done accounting since actually like a long time, but like became chartered in 2022. I fell in love with data science in like last year, and then so it's fairly new for me in that space, which is why like when we come to what people should do if they want to transition into that space, we should go through. But yeah, I would say it's fairly new for me. It's fairly new for me, but I'm in love with it. If you try it, you'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Okay, we're getting there.
What is it that you're loving about, and why should people join your path? Why should they follow you?
So I would say things are changing. If I'm being honest, things are changing. The way that accounting works is changing. And I know a lot of people are scared about AI. They're thinking, oh, it's going to come and take your jobs. Like, for example, I saw a LinkedIn post saying that there's a 3.5 million gap in the amount of people becoming accountants, and it's all because of AI. AI is a tool for you. It's not something that is going to rule over you, because AI is just maths. It still needs you as an accountant. We're taught to be skeptical. We will then see that information and say, actually, even though you've made the suggestion, or you've picked this thing, predicted this thing, this does not make sense for this particular use case. So you are still very much needed. You are still very much important. Like, you can't, people should go into it, because although things will change, you're still very much a part of that journey.
So you still need to have, let's say, the accounting foundation, the fundamentals. Yes. You need to know your stuff, and then it's AI that helps you speed up, let's say, some of your thinking and suggestions. But you, as you said, the critical thinking is the piece that you need to learn and maintain and establish in really challenging the results of AI.
Yes, and also it's a situation in which it's garbage in, garbage out with AI. So you need to make sure that that information is actually correct. Because if it came from, I don't know, wherever, Timbuktu or whatever it came from, you need to make sure that actually this is correct.
Yeah.
And it's also up to date, because, you know, things change. Yeah.
So what did you do actually to become, or to move into this AI area?
I did courses. I love to learn. I said it before, I am a nerd. I love to learn. I did a course which was like more of an introduction. This is how this like data science works. I was then, this was an opportunity to work with someone I'd worked with previously at his company. And since that point in time, I've been learning and growing with them. So that was my, and still going to events as well, I would say. There are lots of events. If you're in London, there are actually lots of events around data science, around AI, that you can go to meetups, talk to people, get a mentor if you can find one. LinkedIn is a fantastic place. Yeah, I would say if you want to do that, that would be the best way to get in there. And also celebrate the little wins. I would say that's important.
Let's say probably also reaching out to you. I mean, you have such an incredible experience and story, and already you've walked a lot of the path. So I think if people are really interested in and want to know about it, just reaching out to you.
Yep, I don't bite. I'm chill. Yes.
And fun.
Oh.
What are, let's say, some real life examples that you are allowed to share where you say these situations, these you don't have to name any clients, but these, let's say, examples, case studies, that's where AI really made an impact in your finance projects?
I would say where I currently work, like we're building the world's best AI bookkeeper, for example. And we're seeing just how much time people are saving, the benefits, where things are going.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's a really big opportunity for people to take what they've done in the past, speed it up like 10, 20x, and then move on to things that are, again, more strategic based. You also have like accounting software that are also taking in AI elements as well for bank reconciliations and things like that, just to speed things up. Because again, I've worked somewhere where it was like someone's role was to print out invoices, manually write in the number, scan it back into the system, put it into a folder. That does not need to be that way anymore.
Yeah.
So let's get on the journey and see how far we can go.
I mean, for me, for example, I had a limited company in Switzerland 6 years ago, and I did the bookkeeping myself. Yes, for the annual reviews or for the annual closing, I had a tax accountant, but the, let's say, monthly bookkeeping, I did it myself with a very, let's say, holistic, very professional bookkeeping system that for me as a, normal person who did not study accounting was very time consuming, because every time I had to then think which where and does it match up, and am I using the correct accounts, and it's the double bookkeeping and all this. It was, I didn't really enjoy it, and so therefore it was like, I have to, and then every month just really sitting there half a day or sometimes a day to do, to finish off all the things. I recently started again a business again, and I'm using AI powered accounting software for freelancers. And that's a breeze. I hand in I scan my receipts. It suggests the accounts. I prove it and or check it. They give me recommendations on what I can do, and so it's super easy. Instead of a day, it's, I don't know, 2 hours max, or maybe 1 hour if I'm on a regular schedule. But it's really a breeze. And also the chatbot with the questions and the knowledge that this chatbot already has, incredible, really incredible.
Awesome. Okay, it's interesting. I have more questions for you on that afterwards. Okay.
Okay, we continue the conversation after the LinkedIn Live. So I think you really shared great stories and efficiency boosts. Are there any myths in around generative AI and the industry? What let's say, what are the concerns or the tricky things that I have to think about, or I should take care?
I think there's an assumption that AI knows everything, but AI is, again, it's maths, so it's garbage in, garbage out. And so, for example, have you? So this has happened to me before. I'll be opening a bank account. They'll do facial recognition. It won't work for me because the majority of data is trained on Caucasian men. So that's something that people have to take into consideration, like the biases of AI when it's giving you a response, the biases of AI when it's doing the work. In addition to that, there's hallucinations. So with finance, you'd have to be very careful because you need to make sure that you are correct. Because with the data, if it doesn't know, it's saying you want an answer. I'm trying to give you this answer. You want an answer. You want an answer. You want an answer. So if it doesn't know what it is and doesn't understand what it is, it will give you nonsense. So for example, although it's not finance based, there was a person who was representing somebody in court. They presented 6 court cases. those court cases did not exist in reality. So they actually legally said, as backing, I give you these 6 cases, but those cases didn't exist. So if people don't validate, you need, again, this is why I think people will always be needed in finance, even if you have AI, you need someone to validate. Is this real? Is this correct? So, yeah.
And I think that is absolutely true for finance, but also for every legal action, business related or contractual related action. You're bound as a business person, as a private person, you're bound to law. And I think that is something where you cannot trust AI. It makes suggestions. It may help you really in brainstorming and giving you some ideas, but cross-checking and verifying that it is, as you said, it's correct, and in particular in the financial compliance and legal terms, that is absolutely crucial. That's absolutely crucial, because as a business person, you are then responsible for the decision you're making, and when you're making your decisions on wrong information, it's still your decision, it's your responsibility, and therefore you will be reliable to the consequences.
Okay, just to circle that back on that, because trust is a really big thing with AI. And people are trying to make movements to make sure that AI is more transparent as well. I think you can trust AI in as much as you trust the company that put the AI together. So if that company is very forthcoming, I got the data from A, or if they've made it specifically based on your data, I think you can trust more. You still validate, because as accountants, we're trained to do so, or in whatever profession you are. Hopefully you're trained to actually be cynical to the set that you're like, okay, is this real? Is this not? But I think as transparency increases with regards to the source of the data and what that actually means, if you try it for a little bit and it starts to get it right, I think that trust should increase.
So what you're saying is, when I now talk about, let's say, the public ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, and all the other, let's say, publicly available generative AI that use the data from wherever, or DeepSeek, wherever, I can and I should be critical and really verify. And the more closer, or the more narrow the generative AI that maybe was developed by your company, and the company really ensure that the data that this AI is using is based on your company data, and it's validated data, it's validated data, then I can relax and trust it more than other generative AIs.
Yeah, just because I would say the accountant in me is saying, listen, you still need to check. And the reason why I'm saying that is just because there's still training and learning that has to take place with AI. So I would say try it for yourself, validate, has it got these right? Has it got these wrong? You still should take a look, but it's not a situation where I, as an accountant, I'm not the type of person to say, oh, just judge it all the way through. But that's me personally. I will always double check, because that's just how my mind works. But if you found that, okay, it's working better for me as I've used it for a couple of months, then you are free. It's your own prerogative. But me personally, I like to keep checking, because that's just how my mind works.
Understood. That's really cool advice. Is there anything else you would like to share, or that is on your heart, on your mind, where you say, I mean, you're really, really passionate about this topic. So is any more stories or nuggets of wisdom?
I think I would say, for anyone who wants to change or add it as a thing, again, do courses, get a mentor, go to events. And this is a big one for me. The reason why I'm saying this is because I know I struggled with this when I first transitioned. I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a big change. Please celebrate the little wins. You are awesome. It's an incredible thing you're doing. You're switching from something that's completely different to something that is like, oh my gosh. So please just calm yourself down. You are doing incredible things. You are amazing. I think AI is going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to expand. You are not replaceable in any way, shape, or form because you will always be needed. You're just feeding into the next iteration of what accounting and finance is becoming. We've gone from paper to Excel, from Excel to automated systems, from automated systems more to AI. It's a natural flow, in my opinion. That's how I feel.
Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. Thank you so much, Tomi. This was really absolutely great. I really enjoyed the conversation with you, the passion, the energy, and I hope that the people watching and listening, really got some nuggets out of it, and feel inspired to contact you and to move into your direction and move into AI.
Awesome.
Tomi, thank you so much. It was a pleasure, and maybe up to next time.
Cool. Thank you.